All right, guys, welcome to today's team meeting. So I wanted to talk about free and paid groups and really what the benefits of them are and how you can come up with topics to make them unique and different from everybody else that will be really beneficial. So let's talk about why we want to do groups, right? So the benefits of having free groups is that you're going to build your network. You're going to build a base of people that could potentially be customers. You can collect testimonials depending on what type of group it is. You can remove that like new coach fear from hosting free things. You're not losing anything. Somebody didn't pay you money, so you don't feel a certain way, so you can practice basically. And the more you do, the better you'll get at it. It's also going to give clear, concise steps for all of your challengers. So this is what you do on this day and this day and this day, and it kind of just leads them on a good path. And last but not least, it keeps you organized, right? So your communication every single day with them is organized in a nice place. They know where to go to find it. Hey, Verse, how are you? Can you hear me? Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
There you are.
Yo, what's going on?
All right, I'm gonna mute you. Actually, you're fine. So I was just going over the benefits of having free groups, and I'll just real quick go through them. So I was talking about how it will help you build a network, right, of people who will potentially become customers. If you're doing some kind of group for either food related or fitness related, it's a way to collect testimonials so that you have those to share with people. It removes the new coach fear of presenting a topic. So if it's free, you don't feel like you're going to give anybody, like you're not going to live up to their expectations for what they paid for.
Yep.
It gives clear steps for challengers. Like this is what you do on day 1, day 2, day 3. So they have a pattern and they can follow that path. And it's a really good way to organize what everybody's going to do every single day. So those are the benefits of having groups. But so let's talk about how you come up with ideas for free groups. So I know that guys probably aren't as in tune to Pinterest as women, but I'm telling you, make a Pinterest account because anything and everything in the entire world you can find there. Are you leaving? He's at Heidi's house. I sent them away. Sorry. It was too loud in my house, all these kids. So go ahead.
So I did, you had suggested looking at Pinterest. And I looked at it and I was actually shocked at how much stuff's out there. There's tons of ideas. It's
crazy. So Pinterest can be extremely helpful. One of the things that I learned, I'm used to doing everything from scratch myself. Even when I make my own things prior to doing this, I would make my own ebooks. Like I did everything from scratch, but it's really nice to work smarter, not harder sometimes. So it's really cool to create a board and it's all 21-day fixed recipes, right? So you have everything there. You give somebody a link, here, go take a look, and they can find their own recipes or whatnot. So that's a really good tool. But as far as coming up with ideas, the very first time I did it, I typed in personal development and like all this stuff came up and I wrote some down that came up today when I did it. So self-love, and it goes through like, you write, let me see if I can pull up my screen. Well, I can't show it right now, but you put in personal development, it's going to say 31 ways to give yourself self-love, or 31 ways to build confidence, or healthy habits, or clean eating, or sugar, or how to sleep better. Like there's a million freaking ideas, and you just take that and you find which one that you think works for you. And you build off that. You can do a vegan one, you can do a vegetarian, because that seems to be huge right now. How to deal with cutting caffeine, anxiety, like there's a million and one ideas. You can even type in Beachbody Challenge Group and people have ideas, but I like to think a little bit outside the box, and not everybody's going to run their groups the same, but I just like to find a theme and say, okay, so if this month's theme was confidence, I'm going to put a fitness post and a food post, you know, a check-in post, but I'm also going to have one thing that they can do every single day to work on their confidence. So go ahead.
I guess my question is, I get all that, and do you always just recycle the same group in Facebook?
I've never used the same group twice.
So like your Body Rebooted Challenge group, the one that's free. You started like a couple months ago, I think, or maybe.
I started it like a year and a half ago.
All right. Yeah, I think I just got into it a couple months.
Yeah.
You don't reuse that one. You just let it stay out there, and you create a brand new group.
So that's just a free group that I keep open all the time for people who pretty much, that was before I started Beachbody. So that was literally just a free tool for me to say, hey, here's some extra workouts if you want. And at the time I had an ebook for sale, and I was creating a fitness ebook as well. So anytime I had something to sell, I would throw it in there, but it's important to me to give value, yeah. So that's a little bit different. We used to do a new challenge group or boot camp every single month, and Becky and I decided this is exhausting. And the people that are in our groups, especially if they signed up for a year of BOD and Shakeology, like you're not going to change your whole body in 21 days. So that's why we decided whoever's in is in, and they're good to go, because there's a lot of coaches that do 21 days, cut it off and they're done. But I just feel like there's no retention in that. And I don't really feel like those are the people who are out to help people. And that's kind of my main goal. So those may be people who are more interested on financial side of things. But I also think the people that do that don't last, and they never stick with it because they're not really providing any value to anyone.
So every time you have a new 30-day challenge, you create a brand new Facebook group, or
for the free groups each month. Yes. So I never do a free group longer than 5 or 7 days, because most people, you'll notice by like day 4 or 5, it'll run off. So me personally, that's what I do. It depends on what it is. Like if you're doing, like I'll do a 7-day clean eating group. Like it's a lot of work for me to put together a clean eating thing. Now Beachbody has it for free, so you can just go steal theirs. Or I did a 7-day sugar detox. No one's going to sign up, or they might sign up for the free 30-day sugar detox, but nobody in this day and age is going to commit that long, or the majority of people. So your group is going to die off. The interaction is going to die off. 7 days, people can usually commit to 7 days of interaction. So that's what I do. The free groups don't take that much. I find a topic that I like on Pinterest. You can I was telling this to Brianna yesterday, and she was like blown away. You can pre-schedule your posts. So I always have a main post every single day. It's scheduled to go out, and then the rest of the day I can interact as needed. Because again, it is free, but you still want to be there and be present.
So then I guess my other question, I don't mean to hijack your meeting, I guess.
It's okay.
How do you transition, or how do you attempt to transition people out of the free group into a paid group, or don't you ever?
I do. Well, that's why I always do giveaways for participation, because I always send them, whoever's the most active will always get like a beach bar and Energize and stuff. But I always go and get something that's not Beachbody too. Like I might go to the dollar store or Dollar General and get some headphones or, a headband or something, whatever. It's not that much. It's super cheap, but it's something. And then you have to understand too, which is what you're learning, when you're present for a long time, there's a lot of people watching, and then out of the blue, they're like this girl, Cheryl, has been doing my free workouts, and you've probably seen her, Cheryl Carry-On. She's been doing my free workouts for like almost 2 years, all the way back to all my YouTube stuff I did. And yesterday she said, okay, I'm finally ready, send me up. It's been 2 years. And she, every single day on Instagram, all she does is post my free workouts. And she's always tagging me, go check out this workout on YouTube, this and that. But like, there's always people watching. You just don't know when they're going to pull the plug. So by providing value and by doing it consistently, and they're like, oh, well, she's not going to be gone in 6 months because she's been doing this for a while. That just, people are going to go, okay, I want to take it up a notch. Okay, she keeps doing this, It's just being present and just being consistent. There's a lot of people that do stuff and drop off. Same that I'm sure personally, just from within the community that we're in for TDPO, you constantly see the stop and restart, stop and restart, stop and restart. It's the same with the coaching side. So the longer you're doing it, the people are gonna trust in you and believe in you that you can help them. I got a girl that helped me lose 80 pounds when I was going through a divorce a million years ago in another life, and she just joined the group for the summer. And she's been watching me for the last, 6 years or whatever. And she's like, okay, it's my turn for you to help me. So I know, it's crazy. So it's just, and like I think we were talking about before recently, everybody that's joining me is from my warm market. So I'm doing so much better on Facebook. So I'm going to start posting there separately because that seems to be.
You get so much engagement in Instagram though. It's insane. Like
I do. I know, but I think it's just consistency because I've been doing it a long time. That's all.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And you're doing it too. Like your videos, every time on Facebook, they're popping up in the first of my feed, which I never used to see any of your stuff. And now every single time I'm seeing you do a video and you're talking, I'm like, oh crap. So your stuff is getting more popular too. And if it's coming up,
I do one every day. Yeah.
I know. So if it's coming up in my feed every day, then that means it's coming up in other people's feeds every day. And that's a really, really good thing.
Cool.
But now that you started that, you have to keep doing it.
I have to research topics now.
You got to break it down and do it every other day or something. Yeah. So you can also do fun things like fitness challenges. Those are really fun. And you can do a 30-day free group for a fitness challenge, or you can just eventually create Dad versus Taco free challenge group and just do stuff in there. But the fitness challenges are fun too, like Thanksgiving for November, or Thanksgiving week or something, 12 days of Christmas or whatever. And you can always do some fun fitness thing. But I feel like the personal developed things are what people really need help with the most. But my sugar group was huge. I was very, very surprised at how many people joined, and they stayed active the whole 7 days. And even now I'm getting messages, I'm still sugar free, I'm still doing this. That seemed to be a really big one. So that's something I'll probably touch again on in the future.
Okay.
Any questions about that, about any of the groups or how to get or where to do it? Oh, and I always do it on Facebook because it's just easier, just so much easier. Just do it there, create a group,
so
make a little picture, and you're done.
Not that I've had to worry about this yet, but have you ever run into someone who's on Instagram that's not on Facebook?
Yes. So I used to create it was like, what did I call it? BR Challenger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was Body Rebooted Challenger. And I would just create it and I would give them a password and then I would change it up. But it got to be so much of a hassle, which is why I moved my main group over to the app, because I had quite a few people that were using Facebook through their daughters or their spouse because they didn't have one and they didn't want to make an account and they didn't want to make a fake account. And it was too hard for me to keep up with switching everything around and everything. And then one guy tried to hijack my free account and change it. And I kept getting all these emails like, can't get into your account, you're locked. And I was like, what the hell? So that's why I took everything off Facebook from my main group, put it on the app, because anyone that has a phone, which is pretty much the entire planet,
right,
can get onto that app. And it's Android and app based. But
you do free groups on the app as well?
No, just the one.
Okay.
Just the one. And everybody stays in there. So right now I got my work cut out for me because I wasn't planning on doing the summer group, but it just kind of happened. And I got a shit ton of women on there. I got to get some more men, Bruce. I got to get some more men for us. I got 2 right now and one more switch coaches so he could be on my team. But if you get any guys, man, throw them in there.
One girl, one friend of mine hit me on, it's funny, like she messaged me on, well, she didn't message me, she clicked on my button on Instagram. It's the first time anyone's ever done it.
Yay!
It was a friend of mine, so I had a real easy conversation with her. She's like, and she didn't even know what she clicked on. Like she just clicked on team girl power or whatever. And I was like, oh, are you interested in the summer thing? And she's like, what's that?
That happens so many times because I'm telling you, people, they're like little kids. They just want to hit the buttons and hit all this stuff. But did you talk to her about it or no?
I gave her some information. Yeah, I haven't talked to her in detail, but yeah, I told her basically what it was, high level. And
it's really interesting because typically anytime I do anything just BOD, it's all men all the time. I don't know, for some reason that seems to be more attractive, but I don't know, maybe because it's summer and women seem to be, unfortunately, a little bit more aware of their bodies because it's bikini, or shorts and whatnot. But the girls blew it out of the water. I thought I was going to have too many guys, and I have so many.
I had one guy that messaged me yesterday, but he was more interested in the workout. Mm-hmm. Like the MMA. He's like, I used to train martial arts and I'd like to get back into it. So
you could do that.
I was talking to him about that, and then I was, telling him about the app, and he was just going to buy the DVDs, and he's like, well, what's the app about? So but he hasn't committed yet. So I haven't even told him about the other thing yet. But.
Yeah. I mean, I've had some people tell me that they don't want to do the food part at all. And then I've had some people who are just like blown away because they bought it and they're like, holy crap, I didn't realize there were so many workouts. So it's like, so we've been going through it. I think once people see it, I did have somebody say they were going to buy the DVDs, and I talked her out of it. I was like, I really, really think you should get the app, because you'll have access to, like, what if you don't like it? You know what I mean? Like, what's the chance you don't like it? And then you have nothing else, and you can
That's
pay.
what transitioned the conversation, because he was, well, you mentioned something about 700 workouts. What's that about? And I was like, yeah, dude. I'm like, that's what, So.
Yeah. I went in, and I think there's like 36 different whatever brand, each different program. Yeah. And within there's so many, there's a ton. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And I went in and I looked at a bunch of them that I hadn't really checked out before, just so I could talk a little bit better about it. So you can always do that.
Good idea.
So I didn't know if you guys knew, as far as paid groups, there's a site on Beachbody called TBB, so Team Beachbody, groupguides.com. And if you go on there, it shows you, I wish I could share my screen. Let's see. I don't know how to do this. Let's see.
Should be a way, I would think.
Let's see if this works. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is really cool. You can get to it from the coach office, or you can just type in tbbgroupguides.com. But all of these are challenge groups that already exist. So for the one that I'm doing in the group that has, what are we doing? Quarter force.
Yep.
I don't use it verbatim. They always do a prep week, and then they do 21 or 30 days, but it'll have something every single day that you can help put in. Did you know this existed?
I did see this.
Okay.
I think I found it by accident. I was scrolling through the programs and stuff. Yeah.
Well, look at this one. So here's Clean Week. And Clean Week, there's a way to sell it where it's within the 14-day free trial, and it's one prep week and 1 week of action. So one prep week to like what they have to get, why, trying to figure out why, and then 1 week of actually eating cleanly, right? And then they get all the workouts, or they get the workouts for Clean Week, which is a random selection of 7 workouts, I think. So this is a really good challenge group, free challenge group, because it doesn't cost them anything. They get to check out the programs, and they get some nutrition information.
This is free?
Yeah. A Clean Week is free.
They can get on the app. They can download the free app and access this without. Correct.
And so what you can also push is try to get them to do a 7-day supply of Shakeology. Actually, now that I think about it, this is how Becky got me signed up, because I didn't want to buy Shakeology without trying it first to see if I liked it, because I was like, I don't want a huge supply. And everybody else paid, I think it's like $35 to get a week supply or something.
It's a 5-day,
yeah. She sent me a week's worth of Shakeology, and I tried it. And the minute I liked it, I was like, okay, I'm in. That was the only thing that was holding me back. So,
yeah, I was kind of bummed because my auto ship kicked in. I didn't realize, and it sent
it back.
It sent me the big bag, and I wanted to get the individuals, and I'm like, all right, great. So
you could have sent it back. You can always go to my account on Team Beachbody, go to my orders, and change it right in there. So
I can change it for the next one. I didn't know I could change the previous. So.
Well, yeah, you would have just returned it, and they would have sent it back, and they would have sent you the new box. Okay, so how do I get off this?
Because the one girl that's she's in our challenge group right now.
Which one?
Christy. I think she's posting in the app. She's been doing awesome. She's done every day this week, quarter force. She's very active. I'm talking to her all the time.
That's awesome.
And both girls that I put in there are very active, and they're like thanking me up and down. This is the best thing. You got me motivated again, all this stuff. But the ones keeps telling me she wants to do a Shakeology. She doesn't know if she can afford it and all this stuff. And the advice you gave me was great. It helped me at least respond to her.
Mm-hmm.
but she hasn't pulled the trigger yet, and I don't want to hassle
It's
her.
because she doesn't know if she's going to like it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So maybe talk to her, since you don't have any samples right now, maybe talk to her and see, like, send her the link. Say, hey, if you want to try a sampler, this is all the flavors. Unfortunately, I want to say I think they're all whey. I don't think they are
the plant-based. Yeah.
The plant-based, but I could be wrong. I don't know how to put my screen
That might
back.
be a good way to re-spark the conversation. I can ask her if she did get it, would she get the plant? Like, I need a way to, like, get the conversation going again, because it kind of died.
Yeah. No, yeah. You can always take a couple days and be like, so sorry, I'm so busy. We've been busy in our challenge groups or whatever. I wanted to circle back around with you and see if maybe you wanted to give it a try, see if you like it.
Right.
Can you see me or just my screen?
I can see both. You have a little thing in the corner of you.
Good, because I don't know how to get it off. So,
no, it's fine.
I don't know why I can't. I don't know how to unshare the screen.
That's okay.
I'm new to this. Let's see, what else was I going to talk to you about? Oh, I was just going to talk to you guys a little bit about the BOD right now. The really good thing about doing this 3-month is that you can sell this all month. You can sell it all June.
I love this
all
idea.
July. You know what I mean? You can constantly keep selling this. So
it makes so much sense. It really does.
So I sent out 20 share carts of 3-month BOD with Energize.
That's unbelievable.
Yesterday. And I've got 10. Where's my list? I got 10.
Yesterday, 20?
Yes. I did.
That's awesome.
I did 10 3-month BODs. 5 of those got Energize. And randomly, someone decided to add in HD Shakeology, which I have no idea why I didn't even talk about that. But that's okay with me.
Yeah, right.
Fine. But yeah, I mean, it's a really easy sale, and I feel like fitness is easier to sell than
I tend to agree, and I always encourage people when I mean, I've only done it a few times, but when I have sent out the BOD 14-day trial, I'm always like, while you're on the site, look around. There's some amazing nutritional stuff out there, and they're always like, yeah, I'll go. But
I think it might, like, I just discovered how good the Beachbody blog is. So that's why today's post in our challenge group, I put, like, those snacks. Like, they have so many good resources. It's ridiculous. You can take information from there and use it as much as you want.
Okay.
You just gotta, like, I took one time and I went and looked through all these videos in the training section at Coach Office, and then I stumbled on top of the blog and I was like, holy crap, there's meal plans and snack ideas and this and that. Like, there's just so much information. So if you ever need anything to post, go there. You can find 1,000,001 things to post about.
So I just thought of another thing I wanted to ask you about. So the last couple people I've spoken to, they were either already active in Beachbody,
okay,
previously active, where I've had to go through and, like, do this coach change.
Yes.
That's okay for me to submit that, or I have to have them to submit it?
No, you can do it. All you need is their full name, their email address, and their billing zip code. That's it. I've done it for 1,000,000 people. So, like, I don't like to take people from other people, but if I put them in and it says currently existing BOD member.
So that's what I need to know. How do you do that?
So I did it for quite a few guys yesterday. For example, Kevin Evans wrote me and I said, hey, it says you're already a BOD member. Have you been with it long? If you've been over 6 months and you don't have a coach that's active, you're more than welcome to come join our team. Let me know. And he's like, I haven't seen my coach in 2 years. I would love to have somebody that's active. And he actually filled it out on his own. I didn't even get to do it for him.
So how did you actually go look them up? Like, that's the part I guess I need to figure out.
No, when you put their email address, when I sent him everything and I was like, okay, send me your email address so I can send them a share cart. You just need their name and email. It came up already an existing BOD member. So now that's how I found out.
So my cousin, the one that decided to buy the 3-day refresh off of Amazon, I wanted to punch her in the face. Anyway, so when I put her email address, it didn't give me that message.
Probably because she's brought product from there, but maybe not a BOD member.
Or vice versa, because I think she was a BOD but never bought product.
Well, then it would show up if she currently was.
She already had a coach, but it didn't show up. When I sent her the cart, it successfully sent the cart.
Mm-hmm.
It successfully said she viewed it, even though she said she never viewed it.
So she's not telling you the truth.
It was, she's been driving me nuts. I thought the easiest sale in the world, she's been the biggest pain in the butt.
Yeah.
But so then I just did it on my own. I'm like, listen, I think you already, because she's so confused. She's like, I don't know how to find this stuff. I said, I think you already have a coach. I'm going to submit a change request. And it changed it.
Oh, okay. So she did have it.
But I don't understand why it didn't give me that message, because that was the part that confused me the most. Like,
it only shows up when they have a BOD account, because I've had other people who have bought stuff that just, when people buy stuff off the internet or off infomercials and stuff, like when you hit Success Club 5 and 10, you'll see random people just thrown in underneath you as customers. It's because they bought randomly. So it just assigns a coach. So she probably had somebody that she bought from, and it just assigned somebody, but she shouldn't have had a BOD member. It should have come up.
Yeah, it didn't. And that was the weird thing. And she still to this day still says she never got the cart, but still asking me about it. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Now this other one I was talking to, she came right out and said, I'm already a member. I literally just got my subscription. I said, well, if you're already with a coach, I'm not here to take you away from somebody. And she's like, well, I have a good feeling about you. I think I'd like to do it. And I was like, all right, cool. So that's different. So I submitted for her as well.
I don't know if they'll let her change unless she literally just signed up.
Yeah, it was it says within 30 days. I looked
it
up.
Was? Okay, good.
It was
then
within
it
2 weeks.
Good.
Yeah, it already moved it. It gave me credit for it and everything. So.
Oh, good. And it pulled her purchase over?
Volume or whatever, her volume for the purchase.
Okay, cool. Very good. Yeah, so I just try to do due diligence. And I'm like, if you don't have a coach that's active, I'd love to help you.
Right.
And a lot of people don't have coaches that are doing anything. I had one lady, she's actually in the deep yoga community. I can't remember what her name is. She's been trying to get into my groups forever, but she won't leave her coach. And even though her coach doesn't do groups and doesn't do anything, she's like, she's my friend and she'd kill me if I left. And she gets her stuff from her every month. And I was like, I love you, girl. You can see all my free stuff, but I can't put you in the group. I'm sorry. You got to draw a line somewhere.
No, that's good. That's good.
So, but yeah, as far as the BOD challenge, the 3-month, just keep working on it. I feel like the best response I get is when I post a video of me doing some kind of workout move or show a video of doing something. But I'll tell you what, don't just respond to the people that click the poll option, right? You got to go into your insights.
Anybody that viewed it, you message anybody that views it. I
do.
It must.
So let me tell you what I do. Don't freak out.
I don't know what to say. Like, oh, you watched my thing. Like, because I can't tell.
Thanks for watching my stories.
Did
you want some more information on the summer challenge? That's it. So what I do, I'm going to show you right now. Little hack that Becky taught me. It saved my life. So if you go into your phone and you go into settings and you go into general and then keyboard, there's something called text replacement. I don't know if you can see all my text replacements there.
Okay.
So this one says.
I know what you're talking about, where you can do acronyms and it'll put it in for you.
Right. So like I just have IGC core or IG core, right? So this one I wrote for anyone it was the MMA core challenge. It just says, let's see if I can back up. Blah, blah, blah.
Type those 4 letters and all of a sudden it dumps that whole blurb.
Yeah. So what happens when you type it in?
Smart. That's really smart.
It is, because if you have a general one for boot camps and a response, if they respond, and you have a general one for, I don't know, like the BOD that you're going to use all summer, you don't have to type it out. And because you're putting in, like say it was IGS for IG summer, if you copy and paste, Instagram will block you after a while. So you can do like 20 and then you'll get blocked because it sees that you're copying and pasting. But like I type in IG core, the IG core will come, where is it here? But this, you'll see a bunch of information.
Oh, look at
if you hit it, it all pops up.
That is
because
awesome.
because you typed in letters, it's like, oh, okay, they're actively using the app. They're not spamming. It's not, some bot cut and paste. So it really only takes, I don't know, take 30 minutes one day and just writes them out. And I make them very generic, so they work for men and women. And sometimes, depending on what it is, if it's a bigger sale, I'll put, "Hey Sharon," in front of it, and then I'll put the message in there, and just customize it a little bit. But yeah, so I do go through and I write all those
people. A lot of people that respond to that.
It just depends. Like, I get an average of 580 views on each one of my stories.
Yeah,
I usually only pick one story a day, and then I'll go through, and it depends on what I'm looking for. Like today I need to find men because my women's group is full. I'll of course take more women, but I need men because right now I don't have enough. So I'll hit the men specifically, and I'll go through, and I'll just send them a
message that guy I was talking to him about and say,
you should message everyone on that post.
Well, I wanted to let that guy know that we were talking about in particular. He's a guy, and I'll let him know about that group because, that might be the kicker that gets him to make the purchase too.
Yeah, I'm uploading. I did last night. I uploaded I took the Ultimate Portion Fix information that I did from my master coach, but it's just an updated version of the 21-day portion fix plan. And I created all my own stuff in Canva last night that I will use forever, so I don't have to do it again. But I uploaded all of it into the women's group, and I added all the women, and they're going crazy over it. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to add it to the men's group today.
I saw you did a little screenshot of it last night that you were creating.
Yeah. It took a while, but I don't ever want to have to do it again. So I just wanted to have something. So if I have another group, because I wasn't going to do it. And everybody was blowing up my thing yesterday. Please tell me we're going to have a meal plan. Please tell me you're going to help with food too. And I'm like, fuck, I got to help with food. Like, obviously this is what people want. But I wrote Becky and I was like, I really don't want to do this from scratch. I used to do all my own nutrition plans back when I lived in Florida, and it's so time consuming. And that was one of the reasons I chose to do Beachbody's, because they already had plans that existed. So, and in Georgia, you can't do custom plans. It's a red state, but you can do general meal plans.
Yeah, what's that mean? What do you mean by that?
Like, I can't go to you and make a custom plan just for you unless I'm a registered dietitian in the state of Georgia. But I can say, here's a meal plan for you to follow. That's a healthy way of eating. I just can't do anything custom for you.
That doesn't make sense. You think it'd be the opposite.
I know. But so anyways, I said, I can just use that. I said, I'm going to make it look pretty because that's just what I do. And she's like, yeah, absolutely do that. She's like, why would you spend hours making new meal plans when you have hundreds at your fingertips? I'm like, oh, good point. So I'll show you today, but I copy it and paste it and made it look pretty. And I already got people going crazy over it. So it's something I'm going to probably use for a very long time because I don't see the program going anywhere. And it's good. It's a good, healthy knowledge. Here's your food list, pick from this for veggies, this for this. And
so if someone actually, let's say you said your girl group's already full. So if I have someone that's
no, but I'm taking more, but I mean, like, my minimum amount is full. But go ahead.
So I'm in the male group. What would I do? Just give them give you their information, or I have to create my own female group? No,
I could put you in there if you want.
Well, it seems kind
of weird. Can just focus on the boys.
Yeah.
Because technically I'm the only girl in the boy one, right? So I have to be there. So I don't think the girls would care, but
well, if it happens.
If it happens. I would focus on the guys personally because I think it would be good. And the couple guys I already have in here, I'm pretty sure they're both DDP yoga people.
Oh, look.
Robert Shank and John Brown and Kevin Evans, I'm pretty sure they're all DDP yoga. So that would be good for you to be present in there to see them because they could connect with you too, and that's good for sharing and telling word of mouth and stuff like that. But I think that concludes today. Let me check my notes. I'm going to do something I've never done before after I get this challenge group up and running. So how like when you do Shakeology, if they sign up as a coach, they become one of your discount coaches. I don't know how I stumbled upon this. I was looking something up and one video led into another, and I found this guy who's up in the Millionaires Club now, but at the time he wasn't. He was building his business. He was still like an elite coach, but he did this thing and he gave away a sample a day of Shakeology every single day. he like goes through the step 1, ask them who would be interested in getting a free thing of Shakeology to try. And step 2, they have to give you their reason why they want to try it or what they want to benefit. And he sends it out. And his idea was that of all 6 sent each week, if he could sign 1 up for an order, then by the end of the month, you know, he had 4 new coaches and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I watched this thing and I was like, I'm going to do that because I need to do that, but I don't have time right this second. I got to do it in like a week or so. But when I do, I'll share that with you because I think that could be interesting. And I always have 1 extra. In the beginning, I bought an extra thing of Shakeology. Like with my husband's account, I get the Boost and I get the bars and the Energize. Like I kind of go between them all. But I always have an extra box. So I always have 1 extra by the time I get mine. So I think I'm going to try it. Plus it pays for your order too when they sign up, you know. But that's for another call. So thank you for hopping on. As always, message me whenever you want. All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Bye.